apps. The Live Me, the mobile live stream app, and the Cheese, that's a short video app, and the Photo Grid, that's a photo editing app. You can download either one of them today and give it a try. And all this app today, right now, every day, just like we're speaking right now, each day it has over 500,000 downloads worldwide. 99% outside China. People probably ask, are you just have a Chinese user? No, 99% outside China. Take Live Me as an example, 65% of the user is in US. 65%. This is all public data. I'm not going to tell anything. I cannot do. But you can use any third-party tool to check their download and even like the monthly active user. It's all public data. You can check. And the second part is Cheese. The major user is in US and India. This app has all the features related to token right now today. All the users using them without knowing this powered by blockchain. And third is the Photo Grid. It has more than 40 million monthly active users right now out there, primarily US, Indonesia, South Asia. And all these three apps accumulatively has more than 60 million monthly active users out there. So imagine just like 0.1% conversion rate that give this project 600,000 monthly active users using this token, which already be like super huge compared with any other similar project. And just like me, it has 130 million revenue last year, which will go bigger to this year. So all those are like the backbone for this project. And this is a relationship between the Contentous Blockchain and all this app. Beneath it, we have a Contentous Blockchain, and the codes, the token, it will circulate. And we will offer two special power on this blockchain, which is specialized design for the content creation industry. The smart contract template, I'm going to tell you more detail later, and we will do the performance enhancement specific design for the content blockchain. And on top of that, we have three apps right now, but we are about to introduce fourth app very soon. It's a kind of music app on top of this chain. So the codes for the first time, this token can flowing around, circulating around across each app. And the other side is we have a Contentous.io, that's a portal for anyone who wants to see the token they earn. And then on top of that, we have users, we have creators, we have advertisers. This is our token distribution. We create 10 billion COS token right now. It's ERC 20 compatible. And on the next year, early of Q1 next year, we're going to release our test net. Right now, all the source code already open on the GitHub. So if you have a chance, you are interested, you can check out our GitHub source code repository. And in the next September, we will launch our mainnet. Once our mainnet launch, we will do the one-to-one conversion to mapping our ERC20 token to our native tokens. And here we have a very special part. We have 40% for the ecosystem incentive. This helps us to control the circulation about this token. So among this, we have 35%. In the very first year, we only released 0.448%, which is 44.8 million token in the very first year. All the way to the 12th year, that year we will release 5.432% token to match the increased user amount. So each year when the user getting more and more, we release more and more token to circulate, which also control the circulation, and we can stabilize the token value. And how we're going to make a profit of it? I think the business model still rely on developers, because developers build apps, and we are also developers. We build everything, and also we rely on the block producer. We're using the DPost system, DPost 3.0, similar to EOS, but we also do some kind of deep customization on it. And in the other hand, if you run in the block producer node for Contentous, you get the gas fee because we highly rely on smart contract. So running a smart contract, you get gas fee. And the other thing is smart contract template service fee. This also helps developers just like us. We will build the very first wave of smart contract template for the content creators. So all those content creators can simply pick and choose and run the smart contract with other creators, with fans, with advertisers. Anytime they run this, we collect the fee. We decide how much we want to collect for this that smart contract. But any developer can join and build the smart contract to compete with us, and they can decide how much they want to collect anytime when creator want to use their contract. And third one is the app developers. All the app developers, just like Lime developer, cheese developer, photography developer, they can also earn the token when they build the feature for user and creators. So it's a kind of way they can earn a living and also provide good things for the content creation industry. So this is a roadmap. So unlike any other blockchain project, everybody just said we're doing the founding, then we start building a source code, we start building the testnet, we release the mainnet, then we run a hackathon, then we start building ecosystem. We don't have to do that because in the very first day when we launched this project, we have 3 true apps out there, 60 million monthly active users out there. What we're trying to do is education. We're trying to bring them into this world. Imagine, just like I said, 0.1% can convert. That would be a huge amount of users who start using these tokens. So what are we trying to do right now is kind of a way to educate and let them understand, which is also very important at this moment, helping a whole crypto community get more new users. And after that, we'll build a self-sustainable ecosystem. We will bring more partners into this ecosystem, more different type of content, and lastly, we will publish our mainnet. So, we talk about education. How are we going to educate? That's also something really different. This is the kind of things that we have to do. And we didn't see many other people doing this, but we believe we have a liability to do this because we have user base. And I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but personally I think through all this process, we definitely convert people into the world of blockchain. So we're going to educate them. How are we going to do this? We're going to educate with a product experience. Because remember, we already have the product. So this is cheese. If you download today, you can give it a try to see all this, how it works. Right now, you are not just earn COS or token. You can also have a slight chance to earn BTC and ETH when you building the content. So that's the way we educate our community. You achieve several simple quests, just like gamified way. We use a gamification way to educate people. You do data signing, you contribute the video, you interact with the video, and you have a chance to earn the token. On the other hand, we also build things that allow people to spend the token. Because it's just like gamified way, you cannot just supply something, you need to let them try to use it. In this case, they start understand, okay, this is something really cool, I can get some good things from this. So you can spend 20 tokens to buy 7 days premium feature, which used to be sell 0.99 US dollars. Now we just stop to selling US dollar, we ask you to use a COS token to buy this. It starts giving people a kind of sense that it has a value. And the other side, it's a kind of way, the visual way. We allow people, this is a kind of dancing machine. You just follow this move that you get the point. But if you're willing to spend some token, you can buy this special effect, the shining effect. Believe me, Gen Z love it. They love to play this. And then lastly is we build a cool feature we allow people to talk to each other, but you have to using the COS token as a way to do the ice breaking. Imagine I'm a guy who has a girl I love. I try to talk to her, but she never willing to reply me. I can use a COS token and say, hey, would you like to reply me? If the girl replies, she gets the token. If she don't reply, then the token will come back to me. So it's a cool thing to do ice breaking. It's also a cool thing to connect the influencer and events. And this is the other way. Live Me is a mobile live stream app. We run the show all the time, and also every day, each day, when we're talking, tens of thousands of live broadcasters run their own show and collecting viewers and collecting money. But we run a very special show in Taiwan and the US right now. We call Blockchain Show. We invite the blockchain team to join the show and also do the online quiz. Each show has 12 blockchain-related questions. It's pretty easy for you guys. For example, like who invented Bitcoin? Then everybody knows it's Satoshi. Then what's the Ethereum? Then we give you a few options people need to select. If you pass all 12 watching, you can collect a free token. But if you somehow fail in the middle of the game, you can use your own token to revive yourself, to continue the game. So